First Week Podcast, Degenerate here, week number 5. Zack the Degenerate here with us as always every week. Zachary, what's going on? You win again this week. You won again.
Yeah, I can't believe that because I did shitty as fuck in my pick'em league.
Did you really?
Yeah. And all I had to do was pick straight up in those, so that lets you know how bad I did.
Oh God, really? Damn. Well, you won 8-7 on our picks this week. So we keep going, man. I mean, I know how you're doing it, man, but hey, it is what it is. So we're week 5 here. We're gonna talk about obviously week 5 preview here. We're gonna talk about FSU and what the after bye week, and then the back end of the show we're gonna do a NBA League Pass draft. We're gonna pick each of us 5 teams in draft style, and explain why this team is very intriguing for you to watch this year for whatever reason. It could be negative, it could be positive, it doesn't matter. So I'll be on the back end of the podcast. But as always do in the show, we pick against the spread. We pick what we would like the over-under, and we go against each other, and whoever has the most picks right wins the week. You're up now 2-1. There's one tie this week, of course. Week 1 was a tie. I won week 2, and then you won the last 2 weeks. So you are starting to surge now. And we got to stop that. So, that being said, let's get to the picks. First off, Thursday Night Football, tomorrow night, as it's recording. Well, I mean, you obviously are invested in this game because your boys are at home against the Bears. Your boys are 6-point favorites. The over-under is 44.5. If you weren't a Commanders fan, would you guys be watching this game at all?
Yeah,
it's a long pause there, buddy.
They hyped up Justin Fields enough all preseason. I'd probably still tune in to see how he plays, but yeah, otherwise it is pretty much a shit game.
I mean, this has been one of the most disappointing. I would say if I give a list of top 5 most disappointing teams of the year, they're definitely a top 2 or 3 for me. The Bears. It's not because of the fact that I had them in playoffs. It's the fact that I thought they'd be better than they were last year. They haven't won a game since last October. They haven't won a game in a full calendar year.
Well, there's quite a few teams I think are more disappointing than them. So
yeah, and we'll get those teams. I'm sure in a second. These 2 teams played last year too on the same time, and it was a shit game as well. I am going to go. I want to Chicago. I'm tempted to Chicago on the points here. I really am, because at what point do they stop this shit?
But it is a lot of points for a Washington opponent.
Yeah. I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna take Chicago on the points here. I don't know if they win the game, but I think Chicago will show up here and make it a game. I mean, they've been competitive a couple of games. This year. They're competitive this past week against Denver. Obviously, they had a big lead, blew it. They're competitive against Tampa the week before that. I gave Chicago the points. So why not? Competitive Thursday night game. These Thursday night games that look bad on the front end end up being competitive games in Washington. So give Chicago the points.
Yeah, I'll take the over.
44.5.
I don't trust Washington enough to cover, and who knows what I get out of Chicago. So I'll just take the over.
By the way, I think Eberflus is probably one of the hottest seats in the league right now currently. So we'll see. All right, here we go. London game, another mimosa game on Sunday morning. We have the Jacksonville Jaguars against Buffalo in London. It is a Bills home game, although the Jags do have more fans in London. The Bills are now 5.5-point favorites. The over/under is 48.5. Yo, man, Buffalo Bills 3 in a row, and they dominant win against the Dolphins this past week.
That blew my mind that they won and won that convincing.
Mm-hmm.
Dolphins got serious issues on their defense.
They do.
But
they do.
I think the only reason why their spread is so low is the fact it is overseas. Yeah. Otherwise, if it was really a Buffalo home game, I think the spread would be like 7.5.
Yeah. So the Bills have won 3 games in a row, all by average. I don't have the number in front of me, but it's at least by average of 20 plus points. All those games have been blowouts.
Yeah.
I mean, Jags big win last week against Atlanta. Just kind of started bleeding a little bit there. Where are you going on this one? What are you leaning on this one?
Oh, I'm taking Buffalo.
You are.
I think it's an easy pick. Jacksonville has looked like shit all season. Whoop-de-doo, they beat Atlanta, who has nothing at quarterback. So, yeah, give me Buffalo.
I'm going to go safe here. I want to take Buffalo to cover here especially, but I'm going to go safe and take the over in this one at 48.5. I'll take the over in this one. I can see a little bit of high-scoring game here. We'll see. All right, next one here we have the surprising 2-2 Houston Texans heading to Atlanta face the Falcons, who are also 2-2. The Falcons are currently 1.5 point favorites. The over under is 41.5. Houston. I mean, CJ, you texted me on Sunday during the game. The CJ Stroud looks fantastic.
Yeah. Look, he was one of the most accurate quarterbacks in college.
Mm-hmm.
Led, I think he led the nation in touchdown passes. So you had him, who's 6'2", 220, 6'3", 220, where you had Bryce Young at 5'10", 190 pounds. I don't know why anyone thought, hey, he's a smart kid. We can put him behind that line. He's just so damn small.
Is it possible that maybe the Ohio State jinx of quarterbacks not working out? That maybe the Carolina Panthers say, you know what, let me go another route.
I'm
Just
sorry.
saying.
It took like 2 decades to get a quality Alabama quarterback in the league. So,
It's a good point. Anywho, there's also the battle of the two guys, in my opinion, are the rookie of the year candidates right now. Bijan Robinson and
no.
who's a who
Are
put
you serious?
Stroud
Bijan's
and Robert.
really a rookie of the year candidate?
You don't
He
think he
hasn't
is?
done jack squat.
What is whoa,
Everybody
hold on.
keeps hype. I've
What is it with
watched
you not hating on the
ESPN NFL analysts hype a guy on an 8-yard run.
bro? You've been a massive hater on Bijan these first 4 weeks. What's up?
Well, he was overrated in college. That's probably where I started to get it. And he has been nothing. You remember how Saquon at least got garbage yards in his rookie year?
Yeah.
Every game was getting garbage. Bijan doesn't pick up yards. He has one big play. That's it. And if he doesn't have one big play, it's 12 carries for 20 yards. I don't need a running back doing that.
Yeah, you're a hater. Give me Houston this game though. Yeah, two teams going the wrong
Yeah.
way.
I hope the owners in Atlanta are watching. That's what you should have been trying to get for a quarterback.
By the way, Desmond Ritter, not good.
No.
Not good.
Give me Houston.
At what point do you pull him for Heineke? At what point do you pull that trigger?
Why?
Because at one point, well, because on one hand, you want no. So here's the thing: on one hand, he's your second year guy, your future. So you want to see ride this out a little bit. On the other hand, this season is still worth taking. It's you can still win the division. Do you want to ride out with Ritter and lose the opportunity to win the division or playoff spot with a Heineke that can probably even in the short term curve that? He hasn't been good. Ritter has not been good.
No, he hasn't been good, but I must have missed something when Heineke was in Washington because he wasn't a good quarterback in Washington.
He wasn't great, but he wasn't. But he's also he had some moments though. But again, you're closer than I am, so I'm
Yeah,
not
he
going to
had
sit and
like
judge
2
it.
or 3 moments.
So you're
And guess
taking,
what? The season's 17 games.
so you're taking Houston, aren't
No.
you? Taking Houston?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm taking Houston.
Probably the surprise of the league right now through 4 weeks. All right, next one here. We got the Carolina Panthers in Detroit face the Lions. The Lions are 9.5 point favorites. The over under is 45. Zach, we go on this one.
Oh, give me the Lions. Carolina is the worst team in football, in my opinion.
Worse than Chicago?
Yes, because you know what Chicago gets at the end of the year? Carolina's draft pick.
Yeah,
So
it's fun
no,
times.
Carolina's got no hope this year.
Yeah, and Bryce Young hasn't really done anything. He hasn't really been.
In all honesty, I would be benching Bryce Young. Let him sit for the season.
Wait, so you bench Bryce Young, but you won't bench Ritter? I don't understand that.
Who still is hoping that they have the future quarterback, whereas one team knows they don't. So why not protect a guy before he gets his brains bashed in and give it a little slower?
Well, I also got Detroit as well too. I think I think it's clear to us for Detroit. By the way, they're probably the fourth team in the NFC. You got obviously Philly,
Yeah.
San Fran, and whatever we want to put them into. Dallas, the third team right now, and there's that open spot for fourth team. It could have been the Rams, it could have been Seattle, Detroit, Minnesota. If they kept on. I think it's clear right
It's
now through 4 weeks. It's
Detroit.
Detroit. It's Detroit. Detroit has been shown a lot through 3 weeks, through 4 weeks rather, that They're the that fourth team in that conference, and they'll continue that trek on. So give me the Lions as well too. All right. Got the Tennessee Titans heading to Indianapolis face the Colts. Titans are 1.5 point favorites. The over under 43. Another interesting game here. Two teams that are one team is actually playing much better than I thought they would. Tennessee kind of doing what Tennessee does. Mediocrity. That's what it is. Um, this is a stay away from me. Number one, this game is a stay away. I'm gonna take the over in this one because I can see this team. I can see a 24-20 game here, easy.
Yeah,
I
I'm
mean,
right there with you. I'm taking the over, just because if I watch this game, all I want to see is points. I don't care about either team. I think both teams are mediocre at best. So
well, mediocre for Indianapolis is actually a good thing because we thought they'd be the worst team in football this year. So
yeah,
at least I did. So at least it's better. They better than we thought they were. And I mean, Anthony Richardson, hell, they almost pull out the win against the Rams on Sunday. They've been 3-1 right now coming to this week. So, but yeah, I'm with you there. Over as well. All right, let's talk about it. The New York Giants coming down here to Miami face the Dolphins. Dolphins 11 point favorites over under 48.5. What the hell did we watch on Monday night?
can we go back a few months?
Mm-hmm.
Who the hell was throwing $40 million at Daniel Jones?
I agree.
Like, what was the thought process in that organization to go? No way would any other team offer him 30. So you know what? Let's give him 40.
Yeah,
And it's
I
hurt your team. It
no, the only thing I defended on that deal back in March when it happened was while it was a 4-year 160 out there, it's really a
yeah.
2-year 82 million deal. So they can get out of this deal after year two. But even then, who the hell is throwing $4 million to Daniel Jones? Why do you feel the need to lock him up right away? I get the idea of getting ahead of the curve. Let's say you franchise him, and then he actually has a big year this year. Then that $40 million turns to 50 million plus, market value in the next offseason. I get all that, but Daniel Jones isn't good enough to risk that. I get why they were doing it. I get it. I thought they should still kept Saquon. They should have still franchise Saquon, and obviously he's up in smoke now. So it's a bad decision by the Giants here, and yet I can't fully blame him for the loss on Monday. That O line was terrible. 10
Yeah.
sacks.
He got sacked 10 times and he still hasn't been sacked as many times as Sam Howell of Washington.
Oh, he'll catch up.
So,
Give me Miami. Easy.
easy money, Miami.
Yep.
Yes, I'm right there with you.
Season's over. They gotta go to Miami this week. They gotta go to Buffalo next week. They're done. Stop. Giants fans, fellow Giant fans, let's calm down. White flag. I raised mine already. So, all right. The New Orleans Saints head New England face the Patriots. The Pats 1 point favorites over under 40 points. Zach, Bill Belichick. Let's talk about it. I don't think he'll ever get fired, but I also don't know how long that contract is, and I'm curious if Robert Kraft would just say, "Let's write out the contract and then let him walk after that." But do you see a scenario where Bill Belichick does get canned by the ownership?
Yeah, if he refuses to relinquish GM duties, absolutely. Because they haven't had a top draft pick in a while. You know, on the offensive side of the ball, they've missed on wide receivers, they've missed on tight ends, they've missed on the offensive linemen, and they've missed on their quarterback.
Yeah.
On the defensive side of the ball, they've hit on a couple of corners who, one, they just got back. So that lets you know he was 6 years ago when he got drafted. This team is struggling before Tom Brady left, and it's even worse now. All because Bill Belichick gets to be the GM.
Yeah. It looks like optics wise, Brady's won that battle. It looks like
Oh,
Brady won
yeah.
the battle.
There's no coming back now.
And I'm not even saying that is to be true. I'm just saying optics. I'm just saying that look, Belichick. I mean, look, I get the Cam Newton thing and the COVID thing and all that, and yeah, the team half the team was gone, but it's not that they're not playing well. I think what's troubling with the Belichick thing now in the last couple of years is some of the decision making with personnel has been odd. You had Matt Patricia as your OC last year.
Yeah.
That was troubling in itself.
And look, all they did was go back to another recycled trash offensive coordinator and Bill O'Brien.
Yeah.
Right? They're not even trying to catch up to the times. They're not trying to change the offensive schemes.
That being said, I'm taking the under this one. Saints
Oh
are
yeah.
the Saints are like. I mean, I don't know. I thought the Saints have a chance of getting a backwards 10+ win season, but I changed that pick now. I think they're not that good. Give me the under this one. Even the 2 wins of it have been unimpressive. Honestly, the Saints. They're lucky to be 2-2. Honestly, so
Yeah.
give me under this one. We got.
I'm right there with you. I'll take the under.
All
I
right.
have no idea what's even going to show up for the Pats offense, and expecting the Saints to even score 20 is a miracle. So
Yeah,
give me
I'm
the
with you.
under.
Yep. All right. Next one here. We got the Baltimore Ravens heading to Pittsburgh face the Steelers. The Ravens are 3.5-point favorites. The over under is 38. Kenny Pickett, Steelers quarterback, actually avoided a catastrophe. In fact, they've said that he has said actually as of today that he is available to play on Sunday. Somehow I think that won't happen. Somehow I think they're gonna arrest him this week. They're going to a bye next week after that, and then have him fresh from 2 weeks after. Obviously after the bye. I don't know. Pittsburgh has been underwhelming this year. They're one of my favorites this year to surprises this year and haven't done anything. Baltimore 3-1. I mean, look, Baltimore's been a nice win against Cleveland. Albeit not. I mean, Deshaun Watson didn't play that game, but it is what it is. We go on this one.
I want to go Baltimore over. I'm taking the over in the game just because I expect there to be a little bit of a fight for Pittsburgh.
Yeah,
So,
it's a rivalry game. Of course it is. That's why. Yeah, yeah. You know what though? I'm with you on that, but I think Baltimore this week, and I know no Deshaun and all that, but I think Baltimore, for the most part, they're getting better on the offense. They're getting better. Obviously, when they lost to Indy, 7 starters out, and they should have won that game anyway. But I feel like Baltimore's figuring things out week to week, and it's better to be the Ravens right now in the spot than um better be the Ravens in the spot than the Steelers. So yeah, give me Baltimore to cover 3.5 points. All right, next game here we have the Philadelphia Eagles heading to LA to face the Rams. The Eagles are 4-point favorites. The over under is 50. Rams are sneaky good this year. I mean, granted, they almost blew the game against the freaking Colts last week, but what's that kid's name? Nakua, his name is? Wow.
another guy more worthy of Rookie of the Year than
Yeah.
Dijon
Bijan,
Mustard.
you're a hater. You're a hater. Um, this has sneaky upset vibes. This game. You know what I'm saying?
You do smell them. I never see it coming. I'm taking the favorite again, but you're probably
Philly.
right.
No, Philly might still win the game. I'm not even saying that, but you're a 4-point favorite on the road. Although it'll be a lot of Eagle fans, I'm sure, in this game. But I'm not going to safe route. I'm going to take the over. I can see a little bit of a lot of scoring in this game. 50 points.
Yeah,
It feels like a steal. These guys, this team can put up 24 plus each.
absolutely.
So give me over on this one. What do you got in this one?
Like I said, give me Philly.
Anything Philly? Okay. All right, next one we have the Cincinnati Bengals heading to Arizona face the Frisky Cardinals. Bengals 3-point favorites over under 44.5. All right, Zach, let's talk about the Bengals. Panic meter 1 through 10. Go.
You're telling me A calf strain, first week of preseason, has completely destroyed your offense.
I
Get
think,
the fuck
I
out.
think it's I think it's more than that, Zach. That O line's been fucking dreadful.
I mean, we're watching some really bad O lines with teams in the NFC East, so
Guilty as charged. You
yeah,
you also too.
exactly. My guy leads the league.
Yeah,
So
we ain't far behind.
yeah. So I mean, I don't want to talk dreadful, but man, it's like Burrow's trying to take it real easy. No panic.
I mean, it's not that they lost to Tennessee. I mean, that's shocking itself last week, but the way they lost, oh my god, I was like, wow, this is not the Bengals we've grown to respect last 2 years, you know. And let me ask you this: I was asking when it came to this game, panic meter Bengals 1 to 10, 10 being big time panic, one being where you at?
An 8.
Yeah,
I
I'm close.
mean,
I'm close.
where's Jamar Chase?
Yeah, well, he says he's open all the time. He said that's his words. So, where you going on this one?
I'm taking the over. I want to have the guts to take Cincy when they finally get it figured out, but I don't know when that's going to happen. So just give me the over.
And Arizona's 4 games have been very frisky. They have been absolute every game they've been. Even the San Fran game, the score will be indicative of it because I mean obviously even San Fran covered late, but that was a game going to the fourth quarter. They were down by 5 going to the fourth quarter. Just saying.
So you taking the Arizona?
No, I'm not taking the over because I must I want to take Cincinnati.
Yeah.
Is this the week they get together? I don't know. My panimeter will be my panimeter though on the Bengals is probably closer to a 6, only because of the fact that the only thing that saves them is that as good as Ravens have been this year, I don't think they're going to run away. I don't think anyway that they're going to run away through the Northeast yet. I think the Steelers have been underwhelming this year. The Browns obviously have, week to week we'll see how they show up every week. Deshaun's hasn't been consistent yet. So as long as the Ravens don't run away the division, which I don't think they will, but we'll see what happens in weeks to come. I think they're still in the mix. And to your point, when we did our preview back in August, you said this will be a close division. You said that the Bengals will probably be closer to a 10-win team than a 12, 13-win team. And it's kind of playing out that way, but we'll see.
Well, I mean, I want to know the person who thought it wasn't going to be a close division.
Yeah.
Anyone who undersold on the Browns, that they completely missed the boat there.
I mean, the Browns missed the goal until up between this weekend. I mean, granted, Deshaun didn't play, but if Deshaun would have played that game, who knows what happened. But we shall see. I have like I said, I have the over in this one as well. All right, next one here. We have the New York Jets heading to Denver face the Broncos. The Broncos are 1-point favorites. The over under 43 points. So they got the first win of the year. And by the way, not for nothing, Russell Wilson, second in the league in touchdowns, 23 picks.
No, he's played great all season. It's the defense, and anyone who wants to blame a quarterback for when Denver gives up 70 is a freaking idiot.
I agree with you. That defense did take a massive. This is how you know they're bad. The fact that Justin Fields through 3.5 quarters was as efficient as he was on Sunday should tell you what you need to know.
Yeah.
I like Denver here. I think Denver puts all together. The Jets is, look, tough loss against KC at home. It was a close game. Probably should have won that game, maybe. Some questionable calls late in that game. But you're asking a lot to go. I mean, look, Denver is 0-2 at home right now, but you're asking a lot to go across country and win on the road. I think Denver's offense for the most part has somewhat gotten together now. Give me Broncos to cover at 1 point. I like Denver here.
I like the Jets.
Do you?
Look, again, how bad is that defense for Denver?
So you saying Zach Wilson, this is the opportunity for him to really rip it?
It shouldn't be that hard to put up some numbers against this defense. So if they get out early, if they even score a touchdown in the first quarter, the Jets defense is going to be psyched.
Okay. All right. All right. Next one here we have the Kansas City Chiefs heading to Minnesota to face the Vikings. The Chiefs are 4-point favorites. The over under is 52.5. This is another sneaky good game here. I mean, Vikings can score,
Oh yeah,
you know.
absolutely.
Um I'm not gonna lie to you. I wouldn't go that far, but this also has like sneaky upside vibes also to it.
No, it does. There's no one on Kansas City who can cover Jefferson, but
No. Where you going with this one?
I'm going over. I
So
know
am I.
Kansas City overline has been a complete disappointment this season for us,
Yeah.
but I think I can count on both teams to score points this week.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm going over as well too. I definitely see some scoring here between both these clubs. Um Casey's also played against a Jets defense too. Not for nothing. I mean, they're still top five defense in the league, in my opinion. They play some good defenses here. So, but yeah, I see this is the week. I think you see a little bit of a shootout. So I like the over as well. All right, here the big game of the week. We know it. Sunday football. We have the Niners at home against the Cowboys. The Niners are 3.5 point favorites. The over under is 45. I you know I don't want to panic and whatnot, but I feel like this game for the Cowboys is a must win for two reasons. Number one, perception. Gotta get a win on the belt against the Niners at some point. Gotta get a win. And I know it means more in the playoffs, whatever. But I think a win like this can definitely, it will definitely, in this early part of the year, take away, it will cancel out that the Cardinals lost 2 weeks ago. Let's put it that way. So that's number one. Number two, you don't want Philly to, and yes, I know they play them twice coming up, but you don't want the Eagles to start running away with the division this early, especially given their schedule. The schedule is pretty easy. So I think this is a must-win ish game for the Cowboys, honestly. But San Fran has been the most consistent team this year so far out the gate. And while I think it's gonna be a competitive game, and Dallas could win this game, give me San Fran to slightly cover this game. I like San Fran to cover 3.5 points. What you got?
I got San Fran to cover. Look,
Hmm.
I don't see Dallas's offensive line being able to control the pass rush of the
Mm-hmm.
49ers. And that to me is number one in the
Yeah,
matchup.
yeah. It's gonna be a great game, I think. But I just think this is a very important game for the. I mean, it's an important game, obviously. We know that, but they got. I think Dallas has to win this game. I think Dallas just for perception purposes is important for them to win this game. So yeah, but I like San Francisco to win this one. And finally, what was that?
This is the game of the week.
Oh, of course. Wait, I can't hear you again.
It is the game of the week.
Oh, easily. Without question. It's probably right now. It's probably the game of the year, arguably.
Maybe.
I mean,
I
you got
won't go.
Eagles. I mean, the Eagles do play San Francisco, so it's one
Yeah.
of the top 5 games of the year. I will say that now. All right, finally, Monday Night Football. We have the Green Bay Packers heading to Vegas to face the Raiders. The Packers are 1 point favorites. The over under is 44.5. Zach, you like this one?
I like Green Bay. Look, Vegas has looked terrible. Garoppolo, I believe, leads the league in interceptions so far this season. So if Jordan Love can find some consistency early, have a little confidence, and the run game shows up, I think it'll be a good win for Green Bay on a Monday night.
Yeah, I'm there too. Green Bay as well. They've been solid for the most part. I mean, 2-2, yeah, tough loss to Detroit last week, but they've been solid across the board for the most part. Um, Vegas is. I think Josh Daniels is cooked.
Absolutely.
I think he's getting fired before the year is over.
I
Honestly,
totally agree.
he's been terrible this year. He's been terrible last year.
The only person I can see getting fired before Josh McDaniels is the Chargers head coach.
Oh yeah, without question. No, but I think they'll write him out to the end of the year. He's lucky. The Spanos family, the ownership, cheap
It's
as
so
shit.
true. Yeah.
He's lucky. But yeah, I'm with you on Green Bay here. So Green Bay wins this game. All right, and we have buys this week. We have 4 buys. We got the Browns, the Bucks, the Chargers, and the Seahawks all on buy this week. We always so we do every time we have buys. Of these 4 teams, who needs the most? In your opinion?
Well, the fact that Watson was a scratch late in the week, I gotta go with for the Browns. It's the most important buy they could get. You get your quarterback to have 2 weeks off to
Hmm.
heal.
I'm with you. Browns as well too, because of the same reason. Although I saw a report earlier today that apparently Watson was cleared by medical to play, but he said that he didn't feel like he was up to going because he didn't feel right
Yeah.
going. I mean, I know it's something we should be speculating on in the future or whatever, but yeah. But I'm with you. The Browns definitely. I mean, I'll say the Chargers are a close second because the Chargers obviously have their own injuries and
Yeah.
they got a tough schedule ahead of them going forward. But yeah, I'm with you on that one. All right, quick FSU minute. We had a bye week last week, so stress free Saturday for me, of course, and for you as well. But we're back on the horn. Vatek this week. That game I believe is a home game. We are 24-point favorites right now on that one. We should win that game, obviously, right?
Yes. I mean, I'm watching Division II schools beat the snot out of Virginia Tech. So yes, we should beat them handedly. And what a fall from grace for Virginia Tech.
Mm-hmm.
So
Mm-hmm. Yeah. I think the question, do they cover the spread 24? I'm gonna say yes. Off of bye
it,
weeks, especially.
that would be great if we could cover the spread.
Yeah. Especially off the bye week, it'd be great. So yeah, that's pretty simple. And like I said, we next couple weeks will be pretty easy on paper, fairly soft schedule for the Seminoles. That's 2 weeks before they play that big Duke game, and then of course got Miami forward the next month.
Yeah.
So good opportunity here to pad up some wins here while you can. So all right, here we go. As we promised on the top end of the show, we're gonna do our NBA League Pass draft. What we're doing here is basically Zach and I are gonna pick 5 teams each in draft order, and just pick teams that we believe are the most compelling or intriguing teams to watch this year on our League Pass. Um, which I'm looking forward to. I can't wait. NBA's around the corner. I cannot wait, man. So, who wants to go first?
Oh, I'll take the first pick.
Go right ahead, brother. Let's go.
Easiest pick in the draft. I'm taking Chet and OKC.
I
We're
love it.
talking a bubble playoff team last year, getting the #1 pick in the draft back. I think they will be the most exciting team to watch.
I agree. I agree. They're definitely in my top 2 or 3 teams to pick here. You got obviously Getty and Shot SGA. Obviously first team NBA All NBA last year. They were 40 and 42. Were they 40 and 42 last year? They were playing team last year. And with upside, and they get Chet back, as you mentioned. And Chet put on some muscle. He looked good in summer league too. Um, yeah, this could be one of the bracket busters in the Western Conference if the upside continues. I can't wait to watch this team next year. I cannot wait to
Yeah.
watch this team. So I'm with you on that one. My pick here, I'm gonna go to Kings. Can they
Ooh.
can they continue what they did start last year?
I have the
That's
Kings in my list, but for me, I thought that was a little high.
the Kings are fun to watch, dude. They were
They are.
then last year. Then, dude, I told you last year I had a hard time staying up past 10:30 watching games. But when they were on, for some reason, I forced myself to watch their games.
I mean, Sabonis and Fox are so good
Yeah,
together, especially
yeah,
on the pick and rolls.
yeah. So I think the Kings are fun to watch. I'm more intrigued by, was last year a fluke? Was last year just oh yeah, we came out of nowhere, da da da. Okay, cool. Could do it again. Can you be better this year? That's what I want to see with this team going forward. So I'm going to Sacramento on that one. All right, number 3 for you. Third pick.
I mean, this is where all the chaos begins. All the trades from this summer. Let me watch the Suns. Let me see how they gel together. I want to see what that possible juggernaut could be.
Yeah, and they're gonna get a lot of national TV time too. On top of that, so yeah, I mean, how does Bradley Beal fit that team? How does Nurkic fit that team? Now that Aiton's gone. I mean, I no doubt Booker and KD will figure it out. KD, that's one thing about KD people don't give credit for. Is that no matter where KD goes, he always fits. He fits. We were concerned about Golden State. How do you fit in Golden State? He fit perfectly. In Brooklyn, he fit perfectly. Anywhere he goes, he fits.
Well, yeah, a 6'10" scorer who can block on the weak side. It's great.
Right, but he's also someone that doesn't make is not as complicated. He wants to play ball.
Yeah.
And I respect that about KD. That's one of the most underrated things about his game, actually, to be honest with you. So I like the Suns of 3. All right. For me, number 4. I have a list here too. But I want to pick out of here. I'm gonna go your boys, the Magic.
I had them at 10.
Your boys. I told you last year that I thought they were fun to watch. And they had some really big wins last year, got some really good teams. Bucks, Celtics, Clippers. And I said, had they won some more games against bad teams last year, they might have made that play in. And who knows what happened.
Well, I mean, it all comes down to whether or not we can ever figure out the backcourt. Because, I mean, the front court is solid now
Yeah.
with Wagner
Mhm.
and Pablo.
I know when they played Miami last year a couple of times, they were frisky as hell, man. They gave us issues. They even beat us a couple of times last year. So they were fun to watch. They have a nice little thing down there in Orlando. We'll see if they can take another leap. Play-in is the goal, at least, to be here for this team. So I like it. Orlando 4. All right, 5th pick in draft. What you got?
In honor of last year's Utah Jazz, I am selecting the Portland Trailblazers with the 5th pick.
Really?
Yes. I want to see what all these young players that they're collecting and putting together play like. Can you imagine Aiton and Robert Williams playing together at
That's a
the
weird
4 and the
one.
5?
Yeah.
Yeah. Not to mention you got everybody loves Scooter. Yeah, dude shot like 35%. How is he great? But it could be exciting to watch.
His comp is Russell Westbrook, right? Is his comp?
No, his comp is better than that.
No, I'm saying in terms of his style. Like he's like not a great shooter, but he's a kind of a grinder, hustler, that kind of thing.
Well, yeah, they give him the grinder, hustler. Can score, but I don't like the way he scores.
All right, my pick here next. 6th pick in the draft. You know what? Let's go 12. Let's go 6 picks each. Okay.
All right.
Let's increase a little bit. Let's go to New Orleans Pelicans.
Yes.
Zion's healthy right now. Right now, he's healthy.
Yeah.
Right now.
Exactly. As soon as he's out, you stop clicking to watch. But
in case folks forgot, last year when he got hurt, they were the 2 seed in the Western Conference. Okay, through a third of the year.
6 games. Yeah.
Yeah. We were. Dude, I remember us having a conversation about this. Is this a Western Conference Finals team we're looking at here? Because they look pretty good together.
Yeah.
Him and Ingram and McCollum. And we know when he's healthy, he's dude. And I'm looking forward to when we do our top 25 list. We're going to record that tomorrow, actually. I don't know when we'll put it out. I might put it out a couple days after. But when he's healthy, he's a top 10 guy. The impact, you see the impact when he's on the court. He's a top 10 guy in the league, without question. He's got to stay on the court, though, man. I'm hoping this is the year he does it, man. I hope this is the year he actually puts all together. So, Pelicans at 6. All right, 7.
At 7. You remember how fun it was to watch Golden State just dominate everybody?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. We get that again with Milwaukee in the East. To watch watch Damian Lillard play off of Giannis, I think you could see Stoudemire lead God, I keep wanting to call him Stoudemire. I think you could see Lillard.
Damian Stoudemire.
I think you could see Lillard lead the league in scoring this year, very easily.
Yeah, I like that pick a lot. Obviously they lose a little bit of wing defense and Drew Holiday, but they have the interior still pretty good with Brook Lopez and those guys. By Portis, you name it.
Yeah.
I'm curious how they gel on the pick and roll together. That's gonna be crazy good. I do have opinions on that. So my 8th pick is gonna be the Celtics. Okay, let's go ahead and transition that to Celtics 8. My only concern about the Bucks is that I think on paper, now there's a lot of ifs here for the Celtics here. If Porzingis is healthy, if he's healthy, I feel like that Drew Holiday deal from that happened just a couple days ago to get him it actually, in my opinion, cancels out the Dame Lillard deal in Milwaukee. Because if Tatum takes another leap this year, JB is still JB. You got Derek White who took another leap last year and is a great defender. Okay, they essentially replaced Marcus Smart
with
um
a
with
player.
a better player, a better offensive player, and as good, if not better defender, as good.
Yeah, this
Um, so I feel like if KP is healthy this year, yeah, you lose the interior with Robert Williams. Yes, you lose that. You lose that. But if KP is healthy this year, I feel like that Drew Holiday deal cancels out the Damian Lillard deal, honestly. And I hate to say this, I hate the Celtics, obviously. But
no,
I just think their team's very well rounded.
I'm right there with you.
So I'm intrigued by the Celtics this year and what they're gonna do. Obviously, with Cape, and I think Porzingis being a big question, of course, with his health, and then Tatum's leap. Because to me, we'll do our rankings obviously tomorrow when we record it. You know, is he top five? He's not top five. That was our argument last year. I'm still on the fence with him top five. Even right now as we record this podcast. So Celtics is number 8 for me, 8th pick in the draft for me. All right, number 9.
I just because I have to make sure this guy makes it into the top 10,
Okay.
taking San Antonio. I'm gonna want to flip in every night just to see what Victor's doing.
Of course.
So
I
to
think
me, that's TV.
my only question to the Spurs though is how many games he's going to play this year? Because obviously, the new rule to win any awards, you got to play 65 games or more. Um, and Popovich, you know how he is. He's very stubborn. Like I almost think he's not going to work in a year just because of Popovich's stubbornness.
Look, he's gonna play Victor every single game.
I would hope so, as a fan. But I don't trust Popovich to do the right thing. Come on now, Popovich don't give a fuck. You know that. So
Look, he's gonna want to win.
yeah. All right, number 10. That's you. Am I 10? No, you had Spurs, right?
You're
So
10.
I'm 10. I'm 10. I'm gonna go Pacers.
All
Halliburton.
right.
Halliburton
Yeah.
Company.
No, he's an exciting player.
People forgot before we got hurt. They were actually a top 6 team in the Eastern Conference in December, January-ish time last year. And there was a question: is Indiana ready to take the next step? And then he got hurt, and the season went sideways for them. Kind of the Pelicans in the same way too. I'm curious if Halliburton can. I'm sure he can do it again what he did last year, but can the pieces around him come together? You know, I mean, Buddy Hield's still there. Um, Miles Turner's still there. I like Miles Turner. I
Well,
mean,
the kid they drafted last year was outstanding.
what's his name again?
You're gonna ask me how to pronounce his name.
Oh, that's the problem?
Mathurin or
Oh,
whatever.
Yeah, no, Matherin. Matherin. Yeah, Matherin. I know who he is. Yeah,
I
he was
mean, he was
good.
first team rookie guy.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah, yeah. Indiana's very, very, very compelling to me. All right, number 11. Your last pick.
I want a little drama.
Okay.
So it may only be worth turning in for the first week or two of the season, but Philly's got to be on the board.
Yeah, I got him in my list too. I got my list also too.
I just have to see how James Harden plays on the court.
So here's the good news so far. If you're a Philly fan, this is this podcast. He showed up to camp today. He's in shape. He's not fat. That's the good news. Now, we still got 3 weeks to go before the season starts, so anything can change. But what is clear about this situation with Harden and company is that he has no leverage. His market value is in the tank. He's playing on a opt-in final year's contract. He wants another contract. So he would be motivated. You would think anyway. I posed this question to you early in the week. I actually posed a question on to many people on social media today, this week, and I'm gonna ask you here on the show. If I'm Miami, given the fact that I already, struck out on Dame, struck out on Drew Holiday, you lost pieces in Gabe Vincent and Max Strus. If you're the Heat, and these numbers work in trade machine. The Heat give up Duncan Robinson. The Heat give up Kyle Lowry, his expiring contract, and a first round pick next year. In exchange, you take James Harden and PJ Tucker. Would you do it?
I would want a couple of pick swaps because you're basically asking me to count on Duncan Robinson reverting back to his best year when he was shooting over 40%. Right? So I need Duncan Robinson to go 3 years back in order to make this trade worthwhile. Because I'm not going to get anything really from Kyle Lowry at this point.
But Kyle Lowry is essentially his expiring contract at this point.
Yeah. I wouldn't make the deal just because I know how the GM.
If you're Miami or Philadelphia?
If I'm Philly, I wouldn't make the deal.
Okay.
I would need more. Now, say you changed out one of the pieces for Tyler Hero, I would take it.
Yeah.
But then that's a loss for Miami, and it's not worth
still
it.
loss. And then you end up losing Harden and Hero in the year after that.
Yeah, so
which makes no sense. Yeah, interesting situation there in Philadelphia. We'll see if they can get it together. We'll see. All right, last pick for me. I was going to take Houston actually because I want to see how Ime can do those young cats. So that's that. But that'll be my honorable mention now. I'm gonna go Golden State.
yeah.
Golden State. Chris Paul's there. Your favorite player in the world.
That's why I can't even mention Golden State.
How depressed are you? You love Steph Curry. How depressed are you about this?
I don't even understand this trade. This is like the dumbest trade. Of all the trades that went down this summer, this was the worst trade of the offseason.
And not only that, do you see the report now? Chris Paul's starting. He's going to start. Obviously, staggers minutes. And they got Klay Thompson probably playing the 4, or he's guarding power forwards in the lineup with Chris Paul.
Yeah, they have completely. If they thought they didn't have the right team last year for a championship, they made it worse this year. They didn't address any of their issues. There is no defense. There is no size.
Mm-hmm. It's a weird situation. I have them on the list solely out of curiosity. I also think now, honestly, unless I'm missing something, I kind of feel like the window's closed.
Yeah, making a move like this, it's like giving up.
Because they're not better than Denver right now. They're not better than Phoenix. They're not better than the Lakers right now. Who else is in the West? When Ja gets back, I will still probably take Memphis over them right now. That's 4 teams.
A healthy Zion, I'd take.
That's a wash at best. But the fact we're saying this now, they got worse than from last year.
They can't rebound the ball.
Yeah.
Like, I'm sorry. Draymond played out.
Oh, lost you. We lost Zack. We lost Zack on that one. Let's see you get him back in a second. We lost him real quick on here. Give me one quick second. All right, looks like we lost Zack there. Technical issues. I think his phone might have died. He does this show on the phone. Looks like we lost him. So, which is fine. We're at the end of anyway too. So anyway, I'm out. Anyway, follow Zack on Twitter at FSU Know It All with a K. FSU Know It All. I'm on Twitter, of course, at each7. There's a podcast called All Fast Catchers. We'll talk soon. See you next week on this show. Again, sorry for the technical issues, although we got to the end of the show anyway, which is good. So we will talk soon. And next one.